as I said from the beginning, it is a totally different experience watching people play this game and playing it yourself. It's definitely a totally different experience, in my opinion, right? Because yesterday I was watching people stream it, right? And most people were just skipping they were skipping the cutscenes, skipping the dialogues of factions and everything, right? They were kind of skipping these, right? So I was so confused. Why are we going in these maps? What are these shells? Why are we going in here? And you know what I mean? It was just so confusing. Why are we doing things? Who are these people? Why are we doing these missions? Right? It was so confusing, and it didn't make sense, right? So it was pointless, sort of. You know what I mean? But once right off the bat, I launched the game and I saw the first cutscene, and it pretty much explained a lot of things, right? It pretty much solved the problem that I had with this game, which was why are we doing this? What's the lore? What's the story behind all this, right? And yeah, so that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So apparently it's 2888 year or something. It's 100 years after they sent the marathon expedition, apparently. And we are we have Earth, and we also colonized apparently Mars, right? And we haven't humanity is having some issues with sustaining itself even on Mars. They're running out of actual good resources or something like that. So they're kind of trying to go beyond the solar system, and they came to this. They sent the marathon to this planet, right? Tau City 4, apparently, right? And they kind of colonized it, the first marathon expedition, and they kind of they failed or succumbed or something like that. I'm not sure what the hell happened to them, right? And all these factions are kind of trying. They kind of contributed, most of them at least. I don't think Mida did. It's a revolutionary faction or something. But most of these kind of contributed to the marathon expedition sent, right? So they kind of want to send you, which is you're a mercenary kind of, to kind of find out what happened there and loot things, do missions for them, to try to fight the UESC, which is the Unified Earth Space Council or something like that, which was responsible for the marathon expedition. And they were doing some shady stuff apparently by recruiting people, and they have alternative motives or something like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So they are kind of opposed to the UESC, but they are also allies with them, the new caloric, whatever. They're kind of working with them, but they want to use mercs as a middleman so they don't face the consequences, because you are doing the crimes, it's not them, type of thing, right? So they're not allowed in Tau City, but you are, so you can do the dirty work for them or something like that. So that's kind of cool, right? And we have the ether technology or something like that, which lets you inhabit some shells, right? So your consciousness is kind of stored with the SIAC or whatever, this. Oni kind of has the consciousness of all the runners, and you kind of upload your consciousness into a shell, right? And you can use it to
they all fear what they cannot
to do these contracts or whatever, right? So it kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? After you know all this, the game definitely went from a 3 to a 6 or something, right? And especially speaking, so that's the story side. Also speaking about the UI, the functionality, I saw some streamers They come in like they were just clicking things. What do I do? They're not reading like activate here or something. Like I don't know what they were doing, but it's like they were just like spamming these. What is this? What is this? What is this? You know what I mean? And it's just like confusing, and they made it seem so confusing, right? And it is a little bit confusing. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely not like a first impression. Oh, I know what this is. It takes a little bit of time, but as long as you read like 5 minutes, like I took like 5 minutes to read the pop-ups that they tell you, right? Okay, so this is what it is, this is what that is. You click here to go here, you click here to go here. As long as you read for like 5 minutes, it all made sense to me. Like, it's so easy to understand as long as you read, and that's it, right? It looks confusing, but it's not that confusing, okay? But I do agree, it does need a little bit of work, that's for sure, right? It needs a little bit of work. Like 100%. I do agree with that. But yeah, GUI and the complexity of the thing, it is 100% not as complex as like streamers or other people say that it seems to be. Okay? That's definitely it. Right? So, like, my experience would be probably like after watching like a couple of streamers play it or whatever, like I was thinking like this game is like a 3, maybe like a 4 at best. It was like, what the hell is this? This is so confusing. Why are we doing all of this and all that? There's no lore, there's no story. What are these quests? What is these visuals? Why is there like some futuristic visuals mixed with like a planetary normal visuals, like trees and grass or whatever? And it didn't really make sense why they were doing that. Why are they like aliens in there and some bugs and whatever? And once you play the game, you understand that this is a planet colonized by futuristic world. So that's why like the visuals are a little bit weird. Why is there like aliens in there and weird like bugs and all that? That's because of the experiments, because they needed it to generate bacteria, I think, or something like that, from like the lore that we got earlier. They had to generate this bacteria to kind of like, because humans need bacteria, right? So it needs to be in the environment. So they tried to generate bacteria and it went out of hand, and they went a little bit like out of bounds with it, and they generated like it went pretty much like, you know, it went crazy or whatever. So like, and like the UI as well, like, you know, took like 5 minutes to read and it all made sense, right? So it's definitely went from like a 3 or a 4 to, I would say, like right now, after I played for like 4 hours or whatever, like I would definitely say like this game is, it's not the best game, it's not like a insane game or whatever, it's definitely not like up there or something, but it's not as bad as people are saying it is, for sure, right? I would probably say like it's maybe like a 6 or a 7, so it's definitely like above average. It's a pretty good game, you know. It's a pretty good game. It's like if you had this game and someone was like, "Yo, go play this game," you play it. It's not like you play it and like, like what the hell is this? What am I playing? Right? Like I had fun. I had really fun, man. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Was a wow, hey man. Yeah. The streamers don't read anything if it's not a sub or donation or bits. I know, right? There are a few. Yeah, there are exceptions, but like most the streamers that I watched, like they really didn't take the time to read anything, dude. Right? They skipped like the cutscenes and whatever. Like it was just so bad to watch. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, what the hell is going on, dude? You know what I mean? But yeah. It was definitely an experience, yeah. But after playing the game myself and experiencing it, it is definitely, like, it's definitely a game. Like, it's not, like, bad. It's not really good. It's above average. It's a good game, right? You can play it. You can have fun. The only thing I would say as well is the balance. They definitely need to balance some things, right? Especially, like, the shells. Like the meta right now is the recon and the assassin, 100%, like these two, and this one for squads because he's a good healer, obviously. But these three are kind of like the meta right now, 100%, right? Especially in solos. In solos, if you play anything except this one, or maybe the recon, but mainly this is the meta, right? It like, I don't know if you saw, but it was like so easy to play with this character. Like you start getting shot, invisible, you run away. That's pretty much it, right? So they definitely need to do a little bit of balancing. In terms of gameplay as well, the gunplay is pretty decent. It's really good. Like it's one of the best parts of the game is the gunplay. The shooting feels like really, it feels responsive. It feels smooth. It feels nice. Yeah, it definitely feels nice. Yeah, it's all a decent game. I saw some streamers under chat comparing it to Arc Raiders, which remotely makes no sense. That blew my mind. I mean, you cannot blame them really because it is expected, right? Because Arc Raiders is like the big, thing right now. So, and everything is gonna be compared to Arc Raiders, and they do have, it does make sense. It does make sense because like the logic is, why would I play this game when I can play Arc Raiders instead? You know what I mean? And they have like the same price, pretty much. It's $40. So why would I play this if I can play Arc Raiders? You know what I mean? So it does make sense. It definitely does make sense. Because like Arc Raiders is the big thing, so anything is going to be compared to it, especially in the same genre, which is like the extraction shooter. It's technically the same thing. Except this one is like a first person, the other one is a third person. So, yeah. Just like Arc Raiders was being compared to like a Delta Force, to Arena Breakout Infinite, to Tarkov, right? They were comparing it to everything. So, it's just like people have high expectations. And especially towards this game, just because like the history of this game, right? Like they stole some assets and it was shut down, and then they launched it again or whatever, right? So you know what I mean, right? So it does kind of make sense. But does it compare to Arc Raiders in terms of playability? Sure, I do agree, because as I said, like why would I play this if I would play Arc Raiders instead? And it totally makes sense. I mean, Arc Raiders is a way better game than this, 100%. I would have way more fun in Arc Raiders than I'm having in this game, for sure. But is this game bad because of that? No, totally not. Like it's a decent game. It's a pretty good game. Yeah. Like there is definitely like some things that I need to fix, as I said. But yeah, just with a little bit of polish and yeah, a little bit of work, hot fixes and all that. Yeah, it would definitely be like in a decent state. I don't think it's gonna be like a huge popular or whatever, but it's gonna be like an average game that some people will play. Like it's going to be a little bit of a niche game, in my opinion, right? So yeah, it's going to have its audience for sure, right? It will have its audience, but it's not going to be like as huge and as accessible, I would say, as Arc Raiders, right? So yeah, like for sure. But again, as I said, it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. Like if you give me this game, like I will probably play it offline as well, right? I'll probably play it like off stream or something, because like I genuinely like had fun. Like it was cool. Mainly because like the like the abilities and the gunplay, like they felt smooth, right? They definitely like felt smooth. The UI, the visuals, yeah, it's not really my cup of tea, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like you probably will be accustomed to it at some point after playing for a little bit. You'll probably get used to it, right? So yeah, like the visuals myself, like I don't really mind them, especially after like I learned like the story of the game and the lore. Like it made more sense in my mind, sort of. So yeah, I would say like that's pretty much like my my take on the game, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. Yep, it's like a 6 or 7 maybe at best. After like a few hot fixes, a few patches, it would be like definitely like a 7 out of 10 or something. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would give it. Pretty good though. Pretty good. I had fun. I will probably play this again maybe like tomorrow, in the afternoon maybe instead of Gamma. Should we do that? Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Just because like we have it's like a limited playtest, right? Just because, you know, it's free right now, we might play it again tomorrow in the afternoon, and then we do Arc Raiders at night. Yeah, because I had fun. Like, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Like the quest lines and the dialogues and yeah, and they have like some pretty in-depth stuff, right? For example, like the like this, for example. Like they have like some what is it? They have like some recorded voice lines for like the lore and everything, and it's actually really nice. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but yeah, collectibles maybe or something like that. Yeah, this one for example. Like look at that.
That concludes my town hall presentation.
Like they have
I'll
like
open the
some
floor for audience questions now.
yeah, they have like some recordings explaining like the lore and everything, right? And this is where I found like the, you know, the recruitment,
And that
right?
concludes my town.
Like they kind of like were recruiting people for like the marathon in like some weird shady way with like, you know, with like some agenda behind it or something. So yeah, like it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty decent. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, boys. That is pretty much it. I'll give this game a 6. Maybe a 7 after like a few patches here and there. So it's definitely a good game. 6 is above average. 7 is a good game, right? So yeah, I would give it that. Definitely give it that. And we're probably gonna be playing it tomorrow again in the afternoon instead of Gamma, maybe. Just because, like, again, as I said, it's a limited playtest, so might as well play it while it's free. But yeah, pretty decent game. Pretty decent game. Yeah, I'm really glad that I actually like gave it a try because it's totally different from what I saw on streams or whatever. It's definitely different. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to like the game as much as I did now. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll play it a little bit and it's gonna be a little bit of fun, like an hour, and then it's gonna be boring and it's gonna be too much or whatever. And no, apparently not. Apparently not. Except, like, again, as I said, the balance issues and all that. There's definitely like some balance issues for sure, but yeah. And that will affect like the health of the game overall if they don't fix that, right? Especially like the shells, so the characters that you play. Yeah, and also like the settings, they need to fix like the capture. Like I lost my mind yesterday trying to capture the game. So yeah, like the mouse disappearing, freezing your OBS and all that, and it's just a total mess. So hopefully they will fix that. Yeah. Hopefully they will fix that. And performance as well. It runs pretty decently, not too bad. I had like, while recording, I had like around like above 60 FPS most of the time, right? Around like between 60 and 70. So if I don't use OBS, it's probably gonna be like 90-ish FPS. Everything maxed out, by the way, 1080p. DLAA with DLSS 4 DLAA, so yeah. It's definitely pretty good. It's not like really optimized, but it is definitely really good. Yeah. So, yeah. It looks decent. Pretty nice. Except like the visuals. The visuals are kind of like a preference. It's definitely like a shock factor at first, but you will probably like get a little bit, you know, used to it. Yeah, and it just comes down to like a taste at the end of the day, probably, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. Okay, hopefully that was kind of you know, kind of informative. Okay, hopefully that was kind of informative. Yeah, and again, the playtest is free. Okay, so you can download it and play it yourself. It's like 17 gigabytes or something like that, so it's not that big. You can download and start playing Marathon. Alrighty, boys? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Other than that, did I forget anything? I don't think so. But yeah, overall, way better than I expected.